Program Director, Ms. Zengeziwe Msimang, Board Chairperson of Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator, Ms. Thandi Zimande, Chief Executive of Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator, Ms. Kashuri Soni, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the young people gathered here today. I want to start by saying to all of you, good morning, goeiemorgen, dumelang, sanbonani, lochani, absheni, ndimacheroni. Feels good to be here again. Program Director, it is a privilege to address this gathering on a subject that is fundamental to South Africa's future, the potential of our youth to reimagine and reshape the country's economy and society. The important topic of enabling entrepreneurship as a pathway to youth economic inclusion is most relevant as it seeks to contextualize what is an effective strategy for achieving economic inclusion that advantages both youth and the country. As the chairperson of the Human Resource Development Council in government, I have made it our objective to reduce the scourge of poverty, inequality, and unemployment through creating platforms for social partners to deliver on the country's skills and human capital in order to address bottlenecks in the human resource development value chain. We believe that providing young people with the skills they need to become entrepreneurs is crucial to our country's success, especially given the road we have traveled in reversing post-apartheid laws that barred the majority from participating in the economy. This is a road that was paved by the youth of 1976. Today we are gathered here 49 years after the youth of 1976 courageously opposed legislation intended to marginalize them economically and was designed to confine them to the roles as ordinary laborers, what is referred to as the hewers of wood and drawers of water. Faithful to the call the 1976 generated has gifted us the political freedom, which is important for the democratic governance, human rights, and economic growth. As we honor their contribution during this Youth Month, let their spirit shine within us, igniting our quest to forge a new economy, one that embraces all, guided by the talent, creativity, and brilliance. Like the brave souls of youth in 1976, who stood against the chains of apartheid's cruelty, today's youth must rise in quest for economic freedom. Together we should confront economic inequality, unemployment, and a growing digital divide, as well as navigate globalization and rapid technological progress. In South Africa, youth unemployment has reached crisis levels. The latest quarterly labor survey data delivered its bleakest message that the expanded youth unemployment among young people aged between 18 and 34 years has in the first quarter of this year reached one of its highest points ever at 56.3%. This is a continuation of the downward spiral trend that began in 2015 and was only interrupted by an even steeper fall during the COVID-19 pandemic. Most of you gathered here today know all too well that what it means to be without work, locked out of the economy and unable to earn an income. It is disheartening, it is discouraging, and it takes resilience and enduring sense of hope to overcome. Most importantly, it requires support from family, government, the private sector, and other stakeholders. As government, we are fully aware that this is not just a labor market issue. It is a social and moral emergency. I am encouraged by many of you in the audience today who remain hopeful about yours and the country's future. I'm encouraged by the several interventions currently underway as the government leads the charge against youth economic exclusion in partnership with stakeholders from across society, including Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator. In our partnership, we must also address the issue of access to education in our country. As said earlier, there are 9.2 million young people in our country who are not in education, employment, or even training. Even more shockingly, this number is set to increase by approximately 600,000 annually. With the economy projected to grow only at 1.8%, we must accept that the formal economy is not going to grow at the rate required to absorb the large number of youth entering the labor market annually. As part of a solution to this challenge, youth who are not in employment, education, or training should consider entrepreneurship as a viable pathway for employment and self-reliance. Our National Development Plan Vision 2030 places a strong emphasis on entrepreneurship and small businesses as crucial drivers of economic growth and job creation. We need to collaborate to change the mentality of young people by bringing to light opportunities that are available to those who choose to pursue entrepreneurship. Government offers various programs to support young entrepreneurs, including financial assistance, business development services, and skills training. Key initiatives include the National Youth Development Agency's grant program and the Youth Challenge Fund. To ensure increased access to funding, we have the Innovation Fund, which has already supported over 96 startups since 2020. Moreover, we have recently launched what we call the Transformation Fund, worth 20 billion rand per annum over the next 5 years. So in other words, this fund will be about 100 billion rand. The fund targets increased participation of Black-owned businesses and historically disadvantaged groups, focusing on enterprise and supply development and equity equivalent investment programs. These funds will act as catalysts to attract other funds and make more funding available to support micro, small, medium enterprises. Additionally, the government encourages youth participation in the digital economy through initiatives such as the Digital Economy Master Plan and the National Digital and Future Skills Strategy. These strategies focus on expanding digital infrastructure, developing digital skills, and fostering digital innovation. Through these programs and initiatives, we must integrate youth enterprise into our economy. This is why we are working with the private sector and civil society to scale up support, open up procurement pathways, and remove red tape. I believe that young entrepreneurs require more than hope and resilience to thrive. They need policy support and access to capital and markets for their goods and services. And above all, they need a coordinated ecosystem that recognizes that by working together, we can do more to create an enabling environment for young people. Legislation, regulation must not be a burden, but rather an enabler. When crafted and implemented with purpose, they provide powerful frameworks to ensure fairness, protection, and opportunity while promoting growth. This is why I'm excited to welcome the passage of the Public Procurement Act of 2024. This legislation is not just a reform of how government spends. It is a powerful lever to connect young entrepreneurs to local value chains. It prioritizes localization, enterprise development, and inclusive procurement, allowing young people to become suppliers, service providers, and solution builders in our economy. As part of assisting young entrepreneurs with quick turnaround and invoice payments, we have proposed a war room on clean governance. Part of the main priority of the clean governance war room will be the prioritization of the 10 to 15-day payment cycle and transformative procurement of small businesses. Most of you would have heard that in government over the past years there have been a problem where particularly small businesses that supply goods and services to government don't get paid on time. We introduced a policy to say everybody must be paid within 30 days, but it was not happening. And some of these small businesses were not able to continue to provide services because they are not paid on time. So we're now introducing the 10 to 15-day payment cycle so that we can assist our small, medium enterprises to be sustainable. Program Director, equally important is the National Small Enterprise Amendment Bill, which places youth entrepreneurship at the center of our small business development strategy. The bill will improve regulatory coordination, ease compliance burdens, and ensure more targeted and efficient support for small enterprises, especially those owned by youth, women, and people with disabilities. One of the most exciting announcements for youth entrepreneurs is in recent months is what we call the Spaza Shop Support Fund. Government has committed more than 500 million rands to revitalize the township and rural economies by supporting informal retailers, many of which are youth-led enterprises. Program Director, let me be clear. This is not about handouts. It is an investment in youth potential. Given the complexity and scale of the youth unemployment crisis, government understands that there is no silver bullet. One game-changing tool is in our arsenal to address youth unemployment is the South African Youth Platform, South African Youth Mobi, which is a core component of the Presidential Youth Employment Intervention, a government-led public-private initiative that seeks to leverage the strength of sectors from across the economy to break the significant barriers that keep young people locked out of the economy. Just last week, the 2nd of June 2025, marked the first day at work for, as said earlier, 205,000 young people as part of the Basic Education Employment Initiative, making it the largest youth employment program in South Africa's history. The Basic Education Employment Initiative is in its 5th phase and is now funded by the Unemployment Insurance Fund, a labor activation program, and the national government. The national initiative is part of the Presidential Employment Stimulus and is implemented by the Department of Basic Education and the Department of Employment and Labor, as well as provincial education departments. With 22,000 schools in the program, the Basic Education Employment Initiative truly has a national footprint, reaching every corner of the country, from rural to urban centers and beyond. Program directors, I conclude. It would be remiss of me to not take this opportunity to thank you, the learners in this room, who drive the contact center and Harambee, for the role that you played as the recruitment platform for this incredible success phase of this groundbreaking initiative. I'm reliably informed that this team processed 17.9 million applications from 1.9 million unique applicants on the SA Youth Mobi, in addition to handling over 800,000 interactions in just 3 weeks. You accomplished this truly remarkable feat through your tireless efforts, working late at night, early morning, shift throughout. This is what we mean when we say there can be no solution for the youth without the youth themselves. We are grateful to you for your efforts to empower other young people. From the Spada Shop Fund to the SA Youth Platform and the Basic Education Employment Initiative to the Township Economy Revitalization Strategies, these are not isolated efforts. They are part of a broader mission to build an economy that reflects the energy, the creativity, and diversity of young people. An economy that moves forward and one that is empowered by young people. As we look ahead, let us imagine a world in which every young person has the opportunity to make their ambitions a reality, where entrepreneurship is more than just a slogan but a way of life. Let us work together to create an enabling environment that nurtures entrepreneurship, or entrepreneurial spirit rather, and fosters a culture of innovation and resilience. I wish you all a wonderful National Youth Day celebration on Monday. I look forward to the national commemoration of this day program in Potchefstroom in the Northwest Province under the theme, Skills for the Changing World, Empowering Youth for Meaningful Economic Participation. Let me end with a slogan that I learned from my days in the youth movement, and it says, Uzoitola kanjani? Uzoitola kanjani? Thank you very much.